We've entered 2023, and a month of the whole year has already come and gone. February strikes and instills not the feeling of Valentine's Day, rather, Nintendo Direct season for Nintendo fans. And lo and behold, that time has come exactly like last year. Tomorrow, at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, the 8th of February, a Nintendo Direct highlighting most of the Switch's games coming out the first half of this year will take place for more or less 40 minutes, as per usual with these Directs. It's been a while since September, and with the news breaking Nintendo will once again be a no-show for this year's E3, this is a pleasant news piece. I've been trying to adjust my sleep schedule and wake up earlier, woke up at 11 a.m. yesterday, today 10 a.m., and learning of this as one of the first things when I wake up. Why yes, Nintendo! Thank you for giving me a little reward on trying to better myself and my lifestyle, but enough about me. A Direct's coming, we gotta predict the announcements coming, and hope we get some juicy games to look forward to for the year. Cause yes, while despite their main tagline for the first half of this year, for this Direct, that's their tagline for every February Direct, which always has one or two relatively major bombshells for the latter half of the year. So we'll see. We'll start the predictions off with a Mario subsection, easiest for me to deduce or guess for the most part, to keep it both semi-safe, semi-boldish I guess. First prediction, there's going to be some big mainline Mario announcement there. I couldn't tell you whether it's a brand new 2D Mario game, continuation of New Super Mario Bros., or some whole new direction for 2D Mario, a sequel to Odyssey, Bowser's Fury, a brand new 3D Mario altogether. I don't know. Something tells me between how long it's been since Odyssey, as well as a brand new 2D Mario game that isn't in the Mario Maker line of games, how, besides probably Pikmin 4, the second half of this year is completely blank for first-party software, and the soon-to-be massive buzz and push the Mario movie is going to create for the franchise. They have to have some big Mario game cooking, and I do mean mainline for this prediction. Something's gotta be cooking at Nintendo. It has been 5 years since Odyssey, and every single other major first-party 2017 game got and/or is getting a sequel besides ARMS. There's the obvious prediction I have with, oh yeah, Odyssey 2, ooh, it's gonna happen, ooh, what else is new? Nothing, yeah, I know, Odyssey 2, yeah. I still think the cards are on the table for that to happen, but even then, I don't even need it to be Odyssey 2. I'd like it to be Odyssey 2, but I don't even need it. I'll take any new 3D Mario game of any kind, Galaxy 3, Sunshine 2, Bowser's Fury 2, just something new for the 3D branch. And even a 2D game would be pretty major and exciting as well, especially when 2D Mario's been kind of in a gray area for much longer. Either one of those happening, I think teasing one of the two for the end of the year, if not for next year, at least makes sense as far as time frame goes. Some new mainline Mario game, probably a new 3D one, but even a 2D one would be good too. Speaking of the Mario movie, I predict no trailer. Every new trailer or clip we got of this movie was dropped in its own singular Direct, or a completely separate event altogether, if not shadow dropped all on its own. The marketing and push Nintendo's been doing for the movies been really strong lately. We also have 2 months until the movie comes out, so they have plenty of time for at least one, maybe two, but I'm betting just one more last big blowout trailer before April 7th, and I doubt this Direct will show even a spare extra glimpse. They have the time and space for it beyond this Direct. Another safe Mario prediction, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course past Wave 4. We're halfway done with the DLC. The first wave dropped almost an entire year ago, last March. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a new trailer for Wave 4, and it teased a March release window, like with then. The Apple and Boomerang Cups are the main themes. I predict a Yoshi's Island-esque track, something brand new basically to match the Apple theme, and Apple's being synonymous with Yoshi, as well as the new Piranha Plant Cove track that's about to drop in Mario Kart Tour, and Los Angeles Laps, Amsterdam Drift, Koopa Cape, Wii, and GBA Riverside Park to be among that selection, just to name a couple tracks. Another semi-boldish prediction, Mario Baseball. I was in the process of making a discussion video surrounding this before this news dropped of a Direct coming tomorrow, which I love Mario Baseball. I am a little nervous for when they make a new Mario Baseball game. In spite of that nervousness, I think it's inevitable. Will we get that announcement here? I think the chances are solid and decently high, like a 7 to 8 out of 10 likelihood if you ask me, slating it for early to mid-summer of this year. It could always not happen, but there's more to that discussion I think you'll hear from me either later tonight or tomorrow afternoon. Mario Baseball getting a new game has some strong chances. The chances of it getting announced here are pretty solid as well. I'm also keeping an open mind to it being held off by either a couple more months to an entire year. And the last thing Mario related is Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, showing off its first batch of DLC. Sparks of Hope confirmed it's getting, I believe, 3 packs, and the first pack of DLC was slated for early 2023. So we're likely due for our first look at the Tower of Doom. That's the title for the pack of the DLC. So some major mainline Mario game will get announced, hoping an extra 5% it's still Odyssey 2, but anything new for Mario, whether 2D or 3D, I believe is that big Mario announcement. Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 DLC, a new Mario Baseball game, which like previous games is being produced by Bandai Namco, and a look at the Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope DLC with no new updates on the upcoming Mario movie. Those are all my Mario predictions. Moving on to non-Mario stuff. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, the abbreviation TOTK makes me think of TikTok, as well as I feel like it's a solid assumption to say most of us are still not used to that title, as we're just calling it Breath of the Wild 2 still. Besides that comes out in May. We're 3 months away from that game finally dropping, and there's still plenty Nintendo could tease and show off about the game still. The game could get its own direct, but another trailer or tease for the game here makes more sense than, say, if we got another Mario movie trailer here. And this is coming from a huge Mario guy, but Zelda TikTok. Getting a new trailer makes sense either way. Pikmin 4, on the other hand, I'm willing to bet the opposite. They revealed that game akin to Metroid Prime 4 in that it was a title drop and a release window, which makes it objectively more than how Prime 4's announcement went about, but you get my point. I don't think we're all that close to knowing more about the game, at least to the point where we'd get something here. I feel like the soonest we could see Pikmin 4 release at the end of this year, since it's slated for this year, but I would not be shocked if it got pushed back into next year, just based on the nature of how that game was announced. That, and I doubt Nintendo would want it to get swamped by any other major releases they got, releasing around the same time frame. Pikmin seems like one of those IPs you have to give it more of its own window for a new game to sell, and catch on harder than otherwise. A new trailer or teaser is not impossible, but I don't think we're going to see anything new from it, at least this early on. Maybe in summer, probably in fall, I don't think we're going to see it here. And since we brushed along Metroid Prime 4, that's another game Nintendo's just let sit for a long while now. 4 years since they announced restarting development. There's gotta be some kind of update in the near future for the game, right? Nintendo pulled out of E3, and they didn't have a direct in June last year, so I'm willing to bet more than the opposite we're not getting a June direct. I'd love to be wrong, yet I feel like if Nintendo was ready for Prime 4 to be marketed, that or fall of this year would be a better bet. I'm not even sure if we'd get anything here. We've gone so long without Prime 4 details, I wouldn't be shocked if they made us wait longer. A Prime 1 or Prime Trilogy remaster I can imagine better, but again, Nintendo's been so silent on Prime, and I don't know enough Metroid to say with more confidence one or the other. Something easier to imagine, for me at least, more Splatoon 3 and Xenoblade 3 DLC. Both games are getting DLC content. I don't think it'd be that hard to imagine Splatoon 3 tease or show off more skins, weapons, maps or something, and Xenoblade with more story content, weapons and such too. Bayonetta 3 did also announce DLC coming March 17th. Cereza and the Lost Demon, I can definitely picture them showing off that DLC, since that comes out next month, akin to Mario Kart's Wave 4 DLC. Fire Emblem Engage could also get DLC. It seems to be performing well sales-wise, and plenty of Fire Emblem fans are enjoying it a ton too, I think. That seems like a no-brainer. Lastly, on the safe, not Mario side, Advance Wars Reboot Camp. That has literally been done for over a year. And that game got held off because of what happened in the Ukraine with Russia and all that, but I don't think they could keep that game in limbo for much longer. Improper release times for that series seem to be a curse, but that's a game they finished more than a year ago. I can't imagine them holding it off any longer. And yeah, safe non-Mario predictions as far as that goes. Zelda TikTok Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, Tears of the Kingdom. That feels like more of a mouthful than Breath of the Wild, even when they're objectively the same amount of mouthful. Tears of the Kingdom, new trailer, almost said Breath of the Wild 2 again. No Pikmin 4 trailer. Very low chance of Metroid Prime 4 details. Semi-higher, a little bit, for a Prime remaster of some kind. Splatoon 3 DLC, Xenoblade 3 DLC, Bayonetta 3 DLC, there's a lot of 3s in there, Fire Emblem Engage DLC, and Advance Wars Reboot Camp finally coming out. Other kinds of series or potential announcements that could maybe come out that come to my mind with my limited biased scope or whatever. ARMS 2. I'd love it. I have no idea. Another 2017 game. It was received very well. Sold over 2.5 million. For a new IP, it definitely has the legs and reason to push for a sequel, like all the other 2017 titles, but I don't know. That's another gray area type of thing, I feel. That and, like, You don't see a lot of Nintendo fans push for an ARMS sequel. As much as I hate to admit it, it's mainly just hardcore ARMS fans doing it. 50-50, I'll give it a 50-50, but still, I'd be pretty happy though. Donkey Kong, assuming the rumors of a Donkey Kong spin-off show after the Mario movie stays true, because there were also rumors of a new 3D DK game like a little bit before that too, I think we'll see Nintendo push for more Donkey Kong. A new 3D DK game would make more sense than a 2D one. I do think Nintendo's cooking up a new DK game. I'm a little iffy on them announcing it here compared to summer or fall later this year. I'm not losing hope for Donkey Kong. That's another series that needs a new game. And as much as I could say the same for Mario and Luigi, that's new Mario and Luigi. That's an even murkier gray area, dude. Mario RPGs, they are practically on death row if Nintendo has absolute zero interest in a new Mario and Luigi game, or if they want to push Paper Mario's return to those roots. Alpha Dream got snubbed when it was unfair, the series got unfairly snubbed, Mario and Luigi has millions of diehard fans that would kill for a new game. It's me, I'm crazy diehard fans, but yeah, I'm not getting my hopes up for that at all. It'd be one hell of a surprise though. Nintendo, you can make so many people happy if you make a new Mario and Luigi, if you make a new Mario RPGs. I'm just saying. Punch-Out! Since Next Level Games is done with Mario Strikers, I can see them start work on a new Punch-Out game. I don't think that'd get announced here. Give it like another year-ish. I could see them push and market for a new Punch-Out game, Punch-Out having a major comeback. I don't think we're gonna get any Kirby stuff though. We got a lot of Kirby stuff last year with Forgotten Land, the Ball Food Course game, I completely forgot the name of that came out last summer, and Return to Dreamland Deluxe just came out recently too. For the rest of the year, I could see HAL and Nintendo like dial it back a little bit on Kirby because of all we got between now and last spring. Small note on Paper Mario, it's been almost 3 years since Origami King released too, so Paper Mario talk is well on its way to make a comeback around a year or so from now. Just saying. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, that'll probably get a Presents showcase either after this direct or much later, and they'll announce Pokemon Company and Game Freak, hey, we're making DLC for Gen 9 as they did with Sword and Shield. Again, that feels like a no-brainer, makes logical sense, so I usually don't expect Pokemon for most Nintendo Directs. And finally, imagine. Just humor the thought. Just humor me for a little bit. What if Kid Icarus Uprising got remade? Kid Icarus got a new thing. A new anything. I know full well not to expect anything for a franchise more niche, so much more niche, and less beloved than Pikmin, which is already like it's pretty niche. But for my pipe dream, fantasy style, pie in the sky prediction, I guess, wow, would any Kid Icarus anything be such a wild, insane phenomenon for me and like any Kid Icarus fans. See, we're a small bunch. We're a very small bunch. But man, we love this series. Yeah, the rest of the predictions go along the lines of like 50-50 on ARMS 2. Will probably remain that way until it actually happens. A new Donkey Kong bound to be in development, but also 50-50 on it being announced in the near future. Forget here. Even lower chances of Mario and Luigi making some comeback from some studio than Metroid Prime 4 getting shown off, in my opinion. Punch-Out not getting anything, but we'll probably get something sometime next year. There's a decent shot there, I feel. No Kirby stuff, Paper Mario stuff next year, Pokemon Gen 9 DLC coming in its own presentation, and an SMT going unbelievably ballistic if Kid Icarus got anything at all. Forget Uprising HD, but knowing full well he's not gonna get anything Kid Icarus related, so it's just like, wait. I know it sounds so doom and gloom, but it's like, dude, imagine HD Pit and Palu that isn't Smash Brothers. Between that, Odyssey 2, any new 3D Mario basically, ARMS 2, or a new Mario and Luigi though, you'll get an SMT that'll go utterly insane. That'll be all for my Nintendo Direct February 8th, 2023 predictions. Let me know your predictions, agreements, and disagreements down in the comments as we wind down to tomorrow evening. Thank you for listening and watching, and stay tuned for my eventual reaction and post-discussion on the presentation, as well as more content related to Nintendo. Stay super.
Yo, hey, 妹妹，嘿，我来呀！共和，哈哈哈呀！ 拿面，嘿，来面，买个面，共舞，再见呀，哈哈，拿面，翘手面，谢谢。